All right, we're ready?
Recording in progress.
Microphone's on.
Okay, welcome to the Township of Chatham Committee meeting for this Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. You're calling the meeting to order at 7:34. Mr. LeConte, has adequate notice been given?
Yes, adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. Notice was given to the Chatham Courier and the Morris County Daily Record on January 7th, 2026. Notice was posted on the bulletin board in the main hallway in the municipal building on January 7th, 2026. And notice was filed with the Township Clerk on January 7th, 2026.
Okay, thank you. Can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Alperowitz?
Here.
Mr. Choi?
Here.
Mrs. Ewald? Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Here.
And Mayor Rowland.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Now, may we all please rise for the flag salute. Okay. Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Well, round two of the winter blizzard, which again dropped more than 20 inches of snow on us, with possibly, I don't want to say it or jinx it, but another 1 to 2 inches tomorrow. As stated before, it is up to the homeowner to clear sidewalks at your property, so please do so if you can. And if you're unable to, we have students and others who are willing to help. I know that it's a heavy lift right now. There's a lot of snow, and I would just ask for everybody to be patient. I know it's hard to navigate the roads. It's hard to see around the piles. This is, we have not had this much snow accumulation since January 2016, also known as Snowzilla, so these are unusual circumstances for us. Again, a huge thank you to our DPW, our first responders, the administrators, and the entire team that managed this natural event in the best way possible. Everybody shows up in the best way, and we got through it with minimal power outages or emergency calls. So I really am grateful for everyone. February is a packed month. Ramadan Mubarak to all who celebrate, and wishing everyone a blessed Ramadan. Also, happy Lunar New Year in the year of the horse. I attended the school district's Lunar New Year celebration on Friday night. Mayor Dempsey and I got to pull the raffle tickets, which was great. We saw amazing performances from the students from grades 6 to 12, as well as some other performers. There was a delicious meal prior to the show, and the auditorium was packed with people of all ages. The littles were so excited and running around the auditorium having a great time, and it was really fun. February is also Black History Month. We have a deep and rich history here in New Jersey, including around Chatham, including men who fought in the Revolutionary and Civil Wars for certain freedoms that they were not given or able to benefit from. So if you have an opportunity to look up some of the history and look at some of the deep roots that we have here in New Jersey in terms of innovation, entertainment, and history, now's the time to do it. We are introducing ordinances tonight for the fourth round of affordable housing, and we are grateful for our committee members, council, planners, and administrator for all the work to get us to be in this great position. It's a complex and complicated process, so please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. But please know that we've met all the deadlines and are in full compliance with all of our obligations. I'd like to quickly say a few things regarding Colony Pool. There continues to be questions regarding the decision to work with Madison YMCA to manage our facilities. Managing our facilities, they're still township owned. And on all the community forum posts and emails, letters to the editor, the thing that I find surprisingly absent from the conversation is safety. So I can speak to you as a member of the pool, as a mother, and as the mayor. And I will tell you, as a mother, I have 5 children. They're 5.5 years apart. So right now they're 16 to 21. But if we want to go back 10 to 12 years, I had kids at the pool, at the Colony Pool, like age 3 to 8. Colony Pool is not clear water. It's got a sandy bottom. So what do you think my priority was? It was safety. It's an interesting experience to have 5 children near any body of water, and my first priority is and always will be safety. As a member, the pool does safety drills. So anytime there was a safety drill, we would participate, but there was always a little pit in my stomach because it was the unsettling feeling to think about the reality of anything occurring. Thousands of drownings occur in our country every year with parents right near their children. And now as the mayor, our first duty is to keep the pool safe and to keep our kids and residents safe. We have had several years of pool management that left a lot to be desired and I feel put us at risk. One of my children worked there, so I had kind of a front row seat to all the things that were kind of going on at the pool. And I will say that I think the Madison YMCA was an excellent choice to manage the pool and the best option to keep our members safe at the pool. Because we can talk about the chairs and the food and the band, but at the end of the day, I think priority is our safety, and I think the Madison YMCA was the best choice and the best selection. On a fun note, I want to shout out to the Chatham High School swim teams. The Cougar girls have won 24, it's insane, 24 straight dual meets and 16 Morris County titles in a row. The boys team have won 55 straight dual meets, 4 Morris County championships, and 4 Public B trophies. It's really wild. CHS basketball, the girls basketball team is facing Randolph on Friday in the North Jersey tournament at 5 p.m. And our CHS bowling team went to the state sectionals as a number 2 seed. I would like to end my message by wishing a birthday wish to Bailey Buell of the not-for-profit Bailey's Warriors. Tomorrow would have been her 12th birthday, but she passed away from a rare form of cancer in January 2024. I'm honored to share a birthday with her and with Mike Choi. It's a big day tomorrow, and I think about her and I draw from her strength and inspiration. You came in person tonight. We have cupcakes to celebrate. If you're not here, there's plenty of time to come down. We have 2 hearing of citizens, but if not, please make a wish in honor of Bailey. Now on to the Township Committee reports. Craig, will you please lead us off?
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing new to report this month.
Okay, thank you. Committeeman Choi?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor Rowland. I have a brief updates in connection to the Mayor's Wellness Campaign Advisory Committee. Met a couple days ago, and some interesting things cooking that I'd like to share. At the Senior Center, they are planning blood pressure screenings and one-stop screenings in the month of May, so please do keep an eye out for further information, notifications with regard to that on our Township website as well as the Senior Center website. The Health and Wellness Book Club will be meeting quarterly Thursday evenings at the library. Information will be available in May. The first book will be Anxious Generation by David Haid. A well-read and well-discussed book, and rather germane to modern-day childhood experiences. Finally, a Health and Wellness Fair is scheduled to occur on Sunday, March 22nd from 12 to 4 at the Stanley Center. Multiple vendors have signed up. We would be enthused to have additional vendors partake in this event. Again, look for additional information forthcoming on the Township website as the date approaches. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman. Deputy Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple things. Open space, we're still looking for people who wish to volunteer and contribute. That's number 1. And then on the library, our library director, Karen Brodsky, is always great about filling me in on programs and what's available. Too much to mention in any particular evening or report. But what I will say is they typically come with a categories based on ages, which is terrific. So in other words, the library is for everybody. There's a craft and hobby database that is referenced. Successfully navigating a college admission process is a program for those of that age. Those who are interested in the Civil War, there's programs and adult programs for that. There's children's craft fairs. I strongly recommend visiting the library website and checking out what's happening, because there is a ton always happening, and there's something you can find. But my major item tonight is, it's that time of year, and it is the Friends of the Library book sale. That is on March 7th. You can check, it's an easy website. It's friendsofthechathamlibrary.org for all instructions on coming down on that Saturday on March 7th, or to get the sneak peek ahead of time and what the requirements are for that, or being a friend. So that's the emphasis of today's report, is that let's not miss the great contribution for the library that it ends up being, but also great reading materials that are really available every year around this time. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I only have an update for the Historical Society. They held their annual trustees dinner, the highlight being a trivia game, which included so many amazing facts about historical events and people that have, been in and around and are from Chatham Township. So if you want to get over to the Red Brick Schoolhouse on the first Sunday of each month to learn more, you can do that. They also have started working Wednesdays from 9 to 12, as they're getting ready to move into some new cabinets with all the artifacts. So they're documenting, they're moving things, so if anybody wants to pitch in, they're always looking for extra hands. That's Wednesdays from 9 to 12. And that's it for the reports. Now we will move on to the first hearing of citizens. Mr. LeConte, would you please provide guidance?
Members of the public are now welcome to come up to the microphone to address the Township Committee. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to be heard about issues which are not topics scheduled for public hearings tonight. Those present may step up to the microphone to be heard. If you're watching via Zoom, you may speak during any of the public comment sessions by following the Zoom instructions to raise your hand. Whether in person or online, when you are recognized to speak, please mind the following procedures. Please say your name, spell your last name, and give the name of your street. You do not need to give your street number. All public comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Rather than use any of your time answering questions, the Township Committee will wait until you finish speaking before responding. There are 2 public comment sessions on tonight's agenda. Each member of the public will be limited to 1 comment of up to 3 minutes during each public comment period. Written comments submitted to the Township Clerk before 3 p.m. today will be read during the public comment sessions. Written comments are subject to the same guidelines as oral comments. Duplicative written comments may be summarized rather than read in full, according to guidelines issued by the New Jersey Division of Local Government Services. And Mayor, we did not receive any written comments for tonight's meeting.
Okay, thank you.
And these rules will also apply to the actual public hearings that we have on the ordinances for adoption tonight.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Is there anyone online?
We have some members of the public online, however, there are not any hands raised at this time.
Okay, great. Are there any members of the audience who would like to come forward? No? Okay, then we can close this first hearing of citizens. Thank you. And now we will move on to the public hearing, the final adoption of ordinances. We have 3 ordinances. Ordinance 2026-01, amending the fees for building and housing. Ordinance 2026-02, amending the fee for the zoning permit. And Ordinance 2026-03 for lead-based paint inspections. I believe we provided oversight and some information about these previously during the workshop session, but we can open it for public comment. We can open Ordinance 2026-01, amending the fees for building and housing. Okay. Okay, then we can close the public comment. Or is there any discussion from the committee? Okay, good, then we can close that discussion. Is there a motion?
I move for passage of 2026-01.
I'll second.
Mr. Alperowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Choi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Yes.
And Mayor Rowland?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to ordinance 2026-02, amending the fees for zoning permits. Is there anyone looking to make public comment?
We do not have any hands raised.
Okay, thank you. So we can close the public comment section. Is there any discussion from the committee? Okay, all good. Okay. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-02?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Go for vote.
Mr. Alperowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Choi,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now, on to ordinance 2026-03, lead-based paint inspections. Are there any members of the public?
No hands raised.
No hands raised. Okay, we can close the public's comment section. Is there any discussion from the committee? Nope. So we can close that. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-03, lead-based paint inspections.
I'll second.
Mr. Alperowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Choi,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, now tonight we're introducing 4 ordinances. Ordinance 2026-04, the cap bank. Ordinance 2026-05, affordable housing ordinance. Ordinance 2026-06, adding the AH1 zone. And ordinance 2026-07, adding affordable housing overlay district. Mr. Shahadi, is there any overview that you'd like to give for these, or any?
Sure, Mayor. Just for the benefit of the public, the cap bank ordinance is an ordinance that we do consider every year, and it is a tool that is a permissive tool. It's not a required or mandatory tool. It does not imply or necessarily mean that taxes are going up. This is separate and apart from the levy. This has to deal with appropriations. So we are in the process, as you know, Mayor, of going through the budget. We've got a budget committee meeting this week. But in order to, for this year and for future years, ensure that this tool is something that the governing body can rely on should there be a need, whether it's an emergency or any other sort of unexpected appropriation matter, this cap bank ordinance gives us that flexibility. And on the other ordinances, just for the benefit of the public as well, I would like to start off by saying, and I think you alluded to, all the great work that our professionals have been putting in to complying with the 4th round of affordable housing. That's this mandate from the state. I think it's important to emphasize for the public that because of the great work of our professionals, we ended up prevailing against the challenge that we faced. So we put forth our plan, we did what we needed to do, and yet there were still some challengers. Challengers not just unique to Chatham, but folks that challenged municipalities around the state to try and demand more stringent efforts, more density, just a lot more than we needed to do in accordance with the state. We did that. We did what we had to do and actually went above and beyond in some ways. And so we were challenged on that, and the program, the affordable housing program, ruled in our favor and dismissed that challenge and said that we had a sound plan and that we complied with the regulations. So as part of the requirements under the 4th round legislative action, the Fair Housing Act, we have to adopt a number of ordinances and resolutions. Those are what implement the plan. So we put together the plan, and then we have to implement the plan. So the following 3 ordinances are the ordinances that implement the plan. And I believe 2, if not all 3, but at least 2, will have to go to the planning board as well for their master plan review. And I believe they are scheduled to hear those at the March 2nd meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So the March 2nd meeting. So that'll be another opportunity for members of this community who sit on the planning board to also further vet these. And then it will come back before the governing body for final hearing and adoption. So if there's any questions on them, I'm happy to answer those.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Okay. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 2026-04 of the cap bank?
I move for introduction of ordinance 2026-04 for the cap bank.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Mayor, if I may, Mr. Shoddy, so this would be one of multiple instances where we've put forth an ordinance for the cap bank for consideration at the committee level. Have we ever energized that opportunity to take advantage of the increased, I think it's 3 to 3.5%?
Yes, correct. Off the top of my head, I don't want to give you bad information. I don't recall.
Yes.
All the budgets start to blend together. And also, you have 2 years to use them before they expire as well. So
Yes,
it's not like you
so
just
it rolls.
accumulate this bank in perpetuity.
Yeah, so I would say, notwithstanding the fact that our budget is constantly in the headwinds of escalating costs, largely some expenses which are in our purview, our control, and others which are not. I think it is a clear reflection of the financial prudence that our CFO, Deb King, and Mr. Shoddy, and other members of our staff in terms of curating a budget that works for the township and is cost conscious. So thank you, Mr. Shoddy. And I think, members of the public, this is, I think of it as sort of a free option, right? In the extent that you're sort of governed by state laws, you're restricted as to what you can, how much you can increase appropriations. This recognizes by the state an ability for municipalities to go beyond what is statutorily permissible. I don't believe we've ever had to tap into that option value, but it's nice to know that it's there. And to the extent that I think we ever do, I would profess that Mr. Shoddy and other members of staff would obviously bring that to the attention of the committee and obviously make that available to members of the public. But our fiscal prudence, I think, remains sound. And again, hats off to our CFO and our administrator and other members of staff.
Oh, thank you. Any other discussion? Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Troy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
Yes.
Motion passes and public hearing will be on March 24th.
Okay. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 2026-05, the Affordable Housing Ordinance?
I make such a motion to introduce ordinance 2026-05, affordable housing ordinance.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? Any further comments? Yes, Ms. Caponi?
Greg, I just want to make sure this one does get referred to the planning board.
Yes, all three are going to the planning board.
Yes, I was going to say that, yeah, all three, correct.
We're going to discuss it whether it's referred or not.
That's true. And rightfully so. Jessica told me that so far you guys are the only successful challenge in the state.
Really?
Mhm.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Glad that. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, if I may, I think, I think it bears noting, again, hats off to Mr. Shoddy, to the subcommittee on affordable housing. Committeewoman Ewald is not here, but I'd like to congratulate her. She's put in numerous hours, along with our professionals here, and not here, who have intelligently and methodically pursued the affordable housing roadmap prescribed by the state. We've been very intentional about taking advantage of the process and any avenues by which we can better scrutinize, better have the figures better reflect the opportunities that are before the township, what's undeveloped land, what is developable land. And I think I think that declaratory judgment in favor of the township is a shining example of the hard work. A committee and bodies who are taking on the challenge as opposed to ignoring it or kicking the can down the road. So we're getting in front of it. We've been getting in front of it with clarity and being aggressive on defining our obligations for affordable housing. So I think it's a huge win for the township. So again, hats off to Mr. Shahadi, other professionals. I'm very happy.
You know, not to prolong this, but it's also gratitude to all of you guys, because we go into executive session and we discuss pending litigation, and you mull and ponder and really reflect hard on what strategy to pursue, and, you know, the guardrails to give our team, and really balance the interests of the community, while also, you know, understanding that with every type of litigation, there's risks associated with, you know, whether you roll certain dice or not. And so thank you to all for that support, and giving our professional team the flexibility to defend the plans that you adopt.
Great, great news. Okay, any other discussion? Okay,
Mr. Alperowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Choi,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
yes.
Motion passes, and the public hearing for this one will be on March 10th.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 2026-06, adding the AH1 zone?
I move to introduce ordinance 2026-06.
I'll second.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
This is specific to the one block, correct? Like that one area, or is this, if I'm reading this correctly? Or is this for all?
It's for the, what?
Yes, this is the one
skate park.
on Southern Boulevard.
Right. So
Yes.
it's the one area, correct? Yeah.
Right.
I know there was a lot of concern in the last couple of years about height restrictions and all of that stuff, and it's very nice to see spelled out specifically the height restriction that is in place for affordable housing units, and the worries of perhaps years past are not valid. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay,
Mr. Alperowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Choi,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
yes,
Motion passes, public hearing on March 10th.
thank you. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 2026-07, adding affordable housing overlay district?
I move that we introduce 2026-07 for the, adding the Affordable Housing Overlay District.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
Nothing more, other than I
Clear,
think we've
yeah.
discussed in the past. I think it's a wise, very wise.
Okay, Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Mr. Choi,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
Yes.
Public hearing on March 10th as the motion has passed.
Okay, thank you.
If I may, Mayor, just
Yeah.
one other thing. Greg, I don't know if, well, I do know. The tax assessor, I know Jessica just mentioned that she needs the 200-foot list. If you could just help facilitate that in any way.
Yes, I asked her to give me a list of the block and lot and that she needs it for, so as soon as I get that, I can do the 200-foot list.
Okay, I'll talk to her about it, because I know she's just wants to make sure and get that,
Okay,
those notices done. That's
yeah,
her
I'm
big
still
task.
waiting, still waiting on a response from Jessica on that.
Okay, I'll tell her. Thanks.
Okay. Now we can move on to the consent agenda. I just, if I can, give a little bit of context to a couple of these items. So Resolution 2026-074, awarding the contract for the Fairmount Avenue drainage. That is, there is runoff that's coming from Fairmount Avenue that runs down onto the Hillside Trail, which erodes the trail and makes it harder to find and harder to see. This project is fully paid for by Morris County, so that will not be impacting our budget. And also the sale of property at 482-490 River Road. This is for a past affordable housing project, which is group homes, and there is selling the township property for that development. Is there anything that anyone else would like to pull out of the consent agenda?
Mayor, if I may, just some quick comments in connection to Resolution 2026-070 and 071, accepting leaf composting grant and authorizing PSCNG grant application. Two grants that are on the docket this evening. I think one of the things that this committee, along with our staff, is focused on is pursuing grants, monies whenever possible to help support the budget. I think both of these things are materially positive. And again, thanks to Mr. Shoddy for staying on top of it, pursuing it. Thank you to the staff.
And the Environmental Commission.
And the Environmental Commission, yes, sorry.
Doesn't it? Okay, thank you. Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda, resolutions 2026-060 through 2026-074.
All second.
Okay.
Mr. Alperowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Troy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh,
Yes.
and Mayor Rowland.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to the second hearing of citizens. The same rules apply as before. Anyone online?
I do not see any hands raised.
Okay. Anyone in the room that would like to come forward? No. Great. Okay, we will close the second hearing of citizens. And is there a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Recording stopped.